Good ride long. Tell it, no biting. This is Dixie's goods. There's an outfitter and an upgrade bench dangling in that little blimp. Let's see. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. You already missed the sky, don't you? Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. It's important to stay grounded. You share the same fate as the tree. Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled. Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Understands you have things to do. You'd think this place would be crawling with worms. Even the sound seems sharper here. Something has to be able to open this lock. You could put that to good use. Raw materials for your needs. That's the good stuff. Can't break it down any more than that. Ah, plastic scrap like that always comes in handy. Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening. Seems the nozzles need to be regulated to set the pipe workings in motion. Now that's unblocked, there's nothing stopping the flow. You're in charge of that mount. Act like it. Look at that notice board. Probably for those looking for a ride away from this place. You're getting close to a sludge make finery. The Toxanol Corporation used these to turn sludge into go juice. The process fouled the skies for miles around. Toxanol used to pump it out of the ground. Sometimes it would spurt up in a geyser. Step careful around the sludge, and you might spot some old tracks. You found traces even here. Even in the most disgusting parts of the world, they still liked to wander. Back when the place was working, it was quite a marvel. Believe it or not, though, it smelled even worse back then. Maybe the tracks could lead you to some place that doesn't stink quite so bad next. Make your own scrap day. Just the kind of scrap you need. Locked solid. You need to regulate the nozzles so they adjoin. Now that's unblocked, there's nothing stopping the flow. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. It's surprisingly bug-free underground. Oh, it's locked. Wonder what you could make with that. You need to re-plug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's. You need to re-plug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. Some of the beasts who live here have never seen day. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. Flick the switch in order to green-light the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. That's sure to be useful. Don't let anything go to waste. That sort of stuff always comes in handy. Climbety climb climb. Pace yourself. It's a quarrel spot. You can smell that hatred all over the place, even after all these years. That ain't bad. You could just disappear here, and no one would know. That bric-brac might be stripped, but no one strips faces like you. Nailed it. That's cute. Yes, it's Bionucleus 10K. The contamination concentration here is probably still strong. Let's see. Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. Finders keepers. Made the kill. Charged them. That's a good find. Don't look that beastie in the sears. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. They made a lot of green, which is all they really cared about. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open. Let's see. Hey, you found the track, even around all this goopy goo. Nothing escapes your googly eye. The surf here looked cleaner when that track was made. It wasn't easy to peer through the surf, but there are iBox tapes on record that shows they knew what kind of mutated creatures their contamination had created. Glad you had the patience to learn more about how the surf got gooed. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He can't tell you much, as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace. Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. You'd better get a move on if you want to change things. Tippy tapper. more scrap for you. Sometimes you've just got to start over. Feels like something's about to happen today. That paid off. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive Porky Puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. Rev it up and let it fly. See where the goo takes you. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. There's the Riffa Reef outpost, which the Lotus tribe slapped together long ago. Let's see. All that exercise helps. There's a chug park over there. All sorts of chug-chugs call that place home. Kill that. All fired up. A real treasure. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being... Ask... Find us a sunset to ride into. A quarrel spot. First the company ruined it, and now the tribe scorched. Got what he deserved. Might not need that now, but you will later. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. Just what you were looking for. The inputters need to be linked to boot the mind monitor. It's mind over matter, software over hardware. Success is peace of mind. Beats hunting down scrap. More raw for your crafting. Just hold on tight. Excellent balance. The best kind. You have a good eye for that stuff. For some, the night brings terror. Nice. Some barked wood scrap for you. Move the arm to make the needle fit the groove. Give it another try. You didn't nail that. Now it's a mellow diss. You've lost the groove. Move the arm to make the needle fit the groove. Give it another try. Some melodiscs just cheap-ops to emotion you. This one hums about a needs discovery area, a foot sprint from here. Everything's soaked. Where it cuts. You hit upon rye-fitters. There's an upgrade bench up in that little blimp. Let's see. That sludgy junkworks is a real mess. Broke it down to the basics. Small things for your big ideas. The night is end. That's not opening on its own.
Yeah.
One down soon. Couldn't just be open, eh? The day is wasting. Time to get to it. You always find good use for things like that. Sometimes the smallest pieces of scrap are the ones you make yourself. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. A little electroabsorption is enough to catch anyone's attention. Upsy daisy. The light is nearly blinding. Great shot. Look out for Nono hiding in the glitter. Just follow that beam over to the scribble stone. Can't miss it. Oh, check out the scribble stone there. Wonder what's behind it. A challenge. Feeling stronger every day. You should be able to use that. Nice and clear out today. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? The scrap keeps piling up. Definitely not open. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go. Should have gone for a bigger size. Might keep you dry at least. Handy. You have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Let's pocket that. Good parts make for good scrap. That'll come in handy. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. Want I got to time it right to make them work. Left, right, left, right. Pumping good. Looking better. Hold on to that. Easy does it. Gonna need a key of some kind. You need to flick the switches in order to process power through the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. Feel that sunshine. Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. This region is known as the Knoopstonies. You can't find a harder place in the world. Finished him off. That's interesting. An old home that's still standing. Super effective. Lightning up. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. This story is as powerful as you'll let it be. You finally found the village of Bumlidoff. Let's see. Pancakes, anyone? That's rare. Someone set up camp in a tree. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Broke it down as far as you could. Scrapalicious. That old home might not be stripped clean yet. Just put one foot in front of the other. Easy. You run like the wind. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Not sure if you're likable enough to be let in on it. Says you look trustworthy. Might as well tell you where it is. Glad you met Goop. Silly person, but so smart about the goo. Understands you have things to do. Says the tree of life is going so fast. You need to do anything you can to save it. Their friend is trying to get the shell horn working, but they can't figure it out. Could you maybe help them puzzle it out? Says it's a horn made out of a shell. Simple. Says it would be great if you could hear the shell horn, but it's not working. Which is the problem, Root? Find their friend for the straight notes. Otherwise the shell shall horn no more. Says their friend would be happy to play it for you, once it's fixed. Those are the kind of things you need. The story will go on as long as there is someone there to listen. A fresh start with fresh scrap. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. You need to turn the pegs in sync. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. That part made a decent pile of scrap. Every little bit helps. Begs you to help him out. He's covered in sludge. He can't get it off and it's making him squick-sick. Can you find a way to get him clean before he dies? Figures it can't be long. Feels like he's dying already. Says he figured out what he needs to get clean. See that giant toofer brush up on that tall sign? That would be the perfect scrub brusher. Thanks you and begs you to hurry. One shot. There's the big gum brush we need to get that greased up critter clean. Shake it loose. Getting there. There should be more cliffs here. Says you're always a fun chatterbox. So, says you covered the important things already. What a scrub-a-dub. So clean. Welcomes you back. No need to brush this time. Look and see what you might need. Frostbite. The plague that's ruining the land needs to be stopped. Thump is the place to be, obviously. Let's see. Hates the fact that they can't sleep with the monstrous fluff hulk roaming about. The beast comes roaming around day and night and they can't get any shut-eye time. Believes the less hulks in this world, the better. Doesn't matter what kind. Tells you to wait till they fall asleep, or go hunt it down, whatever works. Claims that the monstrous fluff hulk has to be around here somewhere. Hulks aren't easy to end, but really, all it takes is putting loads of holes in them. You're the only one with a prayer against that monstrous fluff hulk. Says they can't thank you enough. An old munch house. Imagine having hot food brought to you. I stop. Good hit. Shouldn't take much more. Chilling. Misery. It's a bit less black out there. That ain't bad. You need to align the knobs so that they match. That's an Aurora totem. Legend has it that activating the four of them together will form a band of your aura in the sky. Says you were a quiet kid and is happy to see you working toward progress. We'll be around when you return. Give your eyelights a chance to adjust to the dawn. That was the first Aurora totem. 3 to go. It's called Stone Split. It's a natural cave. Taking out that monstrous fluff hulk. The harder they fall. You can see a lot farther now than at night. Great job taking out that monstrous fluff hulk. The harder they fall. Says you're always so much fun to hoot with. Says your clonk follower looks like it's about to fall apart. Says you should enjoy the day. Says you'll see each other later. Says you're always so much fun to hoot with. Has plenty to do, so no worries. It's time to create your own path. It's far away. Juju's shop is here somewhere.
Anihillo to ma. Seindi.
Let's see. Juju is just thrilled to finally meet you. Even in these darkest days when the spotlights are growing dim, you're like a fresh outfit. Complains that not as many care about style anymore now that the world is hurtling toward its doom. Thinks you have the power to steer the fate of the world one way or the other. He wants you not only to save it, but to look fabulous doing so. He knows you have the heart of a hero. He just wants you to look like one too. He tells you to dig deeper into your past and remember how it's all stitched together. You need to follow that thread to figure out who you are and where you're going. Wonders if you ever think about how things might be if you'd chosen one style over another. It's amazing how even a single switch stitch in the right spot can change things. It's a lot easier to change outfits than to change your life. Likes how the world seems to be getting its act together. Been sliding down too long. Thanks you for darning up the whole holes in the world. It's not a perfect world, but it's the only one that fits. Thinks it's good you're working with the Myriad. The Sifu there has the best taste in styles. Claims to have made his favorite, the one the Sifu wears every day. But that's enough about them. He wants to talk about him. He wonders if you can see it too. The common threads that have sewn everyone together through the years. They're all broken. But fortunately, he's good at smoothing things over, choosing things that are chic and glossing the aesthetics. Most come here to get relief from how ugly the world has become. He works a lot with mood, be it good or bad. Says we bury our dead in their best, not their worst. Why should the end of the world be any different?
Anihillo to ma. Seindi.
Some even think what he does is magic, changing the way you feel with style. That's how he got his nickname, Juju. He's been zigzagging all night. He has a fibre he needs to get done, but he's run out of bobbin. Now his reputation is hanging by a thread. He needs to thread the needle, but the only spare bobbin he knows about, well, he saw it attached to a kite flying free in the wind. He'll do what he can for you if you get him that bobbin. Says it's good to know such a wonderful patron of fashion. That's an upsy-dups. Good for learning how to haul up. A land as tough as you. Balance is the key. It soars like a... Reel that in. Juju will be pleased to see you manage to get hold of a bobbin, even though it's the unconventional kind. Juju is thrilled over the bobbin and the fact that he'll be able to finish the fibre. He believes couture can do that for you, you know. Change the way you feel and also change the way others feel about you. He's prepared something for you while you were away. Do you want it to fit your mood or do you want a change of heart? Fashion can help you define mood, and this should make you more menacing. That's what he wants you to feel when you wear it. Juju thinks it's amazing that you found an ark and are refurbishing it for a launch. No, but he imagines it's incredibly stylish. Supposes that even if the world goes on, you could use the ark to find new places to explore. Just happy the ark wound up in such deft and responsible hands. Not that Juju's asking for a seat, but who's going to pilot that thing for you?
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Thinks you could have chosen someone better, but Juju can't wait to join you on the ark as soon as you're ready. He's invested in helping you look your best. A bargain. Heard you haunted up an ark for yourself. Now, that's one amazing kind of prize. Imagine what you could haunt with that. Thinks that's the kind of problem he could help solve. Thinks you might not use the ark much if the world's fine, but he'd take it out even more. Perfect for a haunting safari. Doesn't know why you try keeping things alive that need killing, especially in a world like this. Either way, though, that ark sure seems shiny.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Doesn't think the two of you make a good match. You just don't have enough Haunter in you. Moog's glad you keep coming back. Says you should take it easy. Despite the fact the clipper fingers are in safe hands, he's still lacking something to make his hairsenal complete. Trim's embarrassed. Now he can cut, but he's out of dye. A bad furdo is a shame to you and him both, and you can't have that, can you? He once found some leftover cans of sput dye near the concrete wall paint sites, and they'd do the trick. This time he promises. Just come back with a can of sput dye and he'll give you that fresh coat you deserve. You're so delightful, he should give you some extra fur shine. Trim thinks you're still good looking. Says you're welcome back. That's the top of a shaftiloo, a gigantic dig hole toxinol cut into the forest to pull things out of the earth. Winter. If you're tired, maybe find a place to rest. Asks you to do. Don't understand how you could do without this. The sky is as bright as it's going to be. to turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. Sure useful. Small parts with great value. Pebble says you've made him feel confident now that you've found a safe place for him to go later on down the line. Pebble says he's in your debt now that you've spent so much of your precious time helping him out. He's found many unexplored areas on his expeditions, but many required prying to squeeze in. So, now that you have the right tool, you should be able to pry stronger and better and access places you couldn't get into before. Valuables from the days gone. One time he found a Supra dingley-doo, but unfortunately it had expired. What a treat it would have been. Thinks it's fantastic you found the Ark. Imagine where you can go with that. The whole world is open to you, and beyond. Of course, now that the world is healing, you don't need to leave. But maybe you still could if you want. Amazed you tried so hard to save the world. Such determination. So, what's your Ark Rider roster looking like?
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your...
Why?
If you want to go...
But you know you can't go on without me.
I think we can finally agree on something.
Can't believe you want him on the Ark. Pebble is always ready to help. Says you'll see each other later. The stars never give enough light. Hang on. This is an epic already. How it ends is up to you. This must be Bionucleus 7H. Better be careful. The contamination here can mess with your molecular structure. Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. Will the dawn never come? Can't understand why you don't just give up on helping things. Understands completely. Watch your balance. That was the second Aurora totem. 2 more, and you'll find out if the legend is true. A climb stringer? How unusual. It's quieter here, away from the sky.
Sinap. Simufevte para de bula lila.
Now that the spuck dyer is in the can, Trim says you can colour him prepared.
Cola ni mana.
Trim is grateful you've put him back in Biz, and as a token of his gratitude, he wants to do something for you.
Kika.
And this time he says it's going to be for free.
Simara te pugila.
He suggests a full updo, promises to not only give you a new fur style, but a whole new kind of lifestyle.
Sopa malam di rakakti.
Wants to say thank you, but also can't wait to have his work on proud display with someone so famous.
Kude na balada.
Heard Out of Date is getting the Ark ready, but is troubled by the fact that there's only 4 extra seats on it. It must be hard to choose who to take along.
Rangte simuvade.
He's not one bit jealous about you having to make that kind of choice. Hard enough to help someone figure out their fur style.
Va baru berita.
Doesn't seem sure about why you're leaving. The world's going to make it. You know it too. A fresh start either way, he guesses.
Ti pare silnika.
Either way, he believes you have the best intentions. He's proud of you for staying true to yourself, no matter what happens.
Nicola ti brala liluda.
But that's all done now. Supposes you need to figure out who's going into the Ark, and quick.
So, what we have here is an opportunity.
A conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion. For yourself.
The world would be a better place if we were left alone to handle it. Then we'd only have to talk to ourselves, and that's how you get the good answers.
Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the Ark carries you all the way there.
Kone bali di padaru.
Understands why you're leaving him behind. Some things are more important than having perfect fur. For some, at least.
Kila tu.
Trim's got his wits about him for you.
Nicola ti brala liluda.
Says you should take care.
Shifa di liluda.
Tell-
Pa kotela di ne de bala di pado.
Take your time and enjoy the daylight. Why, there's a motor juice station. Imagine getting go juice whenever you want. Grit. Grace under pressure.
Kuali.
You're one with the Netra tribe in terms of karma. However, when an element is overemphasized, the natural harmony is out of balance.
Ja.
Understands you have things to do. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. Control your destiny, or someone else will. That's the third Aurora totem. Only one left until you have the answer. Monsters sleep here, and they're just as messy as you'd guess. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Could be this key. Broke it down into scrap. That made it all worth it. The night's your chance to be sneaky. It was quite a while ago someone called that home. No going back from that. Can't break it down any more than that. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. No going back from that. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. keep your wits about you. You can make something from that. The tree looks amazing, especially for its age. But will it stay that way?
Ja.
Says you'll see each other later. That's the final totem. A full understanding of the physical process that leads to different types of auroras requires true understanding of Ki. Listen to all that night noise. A bric-brac that's still standing. Now, that's a find. See that plastic scrap over there? The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. Nice topper. Good weapons start with top scrap. Things are heating up. Just don't get served hot meals in a munch house like that anymore. Wonder what you could make with... You need to align the knobs so that they match. Things are heating up. Watch it. You found the village of Broghole. Let's see. The sand almost looks like someone painted it that color. Gang Shelter 9L. Hope there's something left inside. Loot. Beats hunting down bolted shut. The world is so much smaller underground. You need to replug the... This is Figure State. There's a great upgrade bench up in that little... Let's see. Grab pull, come on. At least if you vomit in a duck way, you won't make anything worse. Says all their friends have fallen asleep and you're the only one who can wake them up. They were exploring a down below and all got knocked out. Can't get them up. They move a bit when slapped. Maybe a real good smack would do the trick. Says they tried, but they just can't hit like you. Says you need to move fast if you want to help their friends. Just got to get in there and give them each a good smack attack. If you don't, they'll die for sure. Says they knew you were the saving kind. Check out that day. Wow, you lucked out there. Busting heads. That part made a decent pile of scrap. Good thing you're strong. Don't let anything go to waste. So little grows here in the near-nothing. You slapped them all awake! Good smacking! Wishes everyone was as smacky as you. Says you should take it easy. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? They call this a blaze base, but it's not what you think. It's for putting out fires, not starting them. Numbing. Needs a key. Reflexed. Breathe. Keep breathing. Where'd all the critters go? You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Every little bit helps. You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. Nice. That rearrangement should be enough to let enough electric current pass through the board. Sometimes you've just got to start over. The sand feels like it could carve your skin. This thing has a mind of its own. That'll teach him a lesson. Daytime is a good time to be outside. Shopperias like that used to have tons of things for sale, but most of it has gone missing over time. This gutway has centuries of old waste. Ooh, a biohazard like that can make you real sick. It's make your own scrap day. All sorts of creepy things live down here. Got to love how a Googlite goes.